Amazon Web Services sells fraud detection. They promise AI, decades of fraud-fighting data, and tools to stop bad actors before money moves. Sounds reassuring until you look at what actually happened. Why would a company that markets fraud detection host the very scams its tools claim to stop? Today I'll show you the disconnect and why it matters to victims like me. Quick recap: two fraudulent domains, Intellisoft.rest and Intellisoft.one, were traced to AWS infrastructure. Victims were recruited on WhatsApp, coerced into depositing cryptocurrency, and then blocked from withdrawing. I lost funds, filed abuse reports, and submitted evidence to AWS, NYPD, Cyber, IC3, and others. Look at AWS's own pitch: AWS Fraud Detector, a managed service using machine learning and Amazon's decades of fraud data to detect suspicious payments, new account fraud, and account takeover. AWS advertises that businesses can stop fraud before it happens. That's their sales copy. But here's the contradiction. While AWS sells fraud prevention tools, my evidence shows their infrastructure actively hosted a large coordinated pig butchering scam. Abuse reports were filed. Screenshots, WHORIS, IP traces, and complaint packets exist. Yet the hosting remained active and billing continued. That's not misdetection. It's a failure to act on reports. This isn't just about one scam or one victim. AWS is embedded in fintech and government clouds. Regulators like the CFTC already flag AWS as a major infrastructure player. If the operator of that infrastructure doesn't reliably remove fraud, the entire financial ecosystem is at risk. Victims become collateral damage while criminals keep using the same platform. I've submitted exhibits, WHOIS records, IP geolocation tying the domains to AWS, Cyber and IC3 complaints, and correspondence showing abuse reports were made. I've also included AWS's fraud detector marketing pages as an exhibit, because you can't credibly sell fraud detection and then ignore hosted scams reported by victims. Legally, this matters for several reasons: duty to respond to abuse reports, potential unjust enrichment if AWS continued billing, and regulatory accountability when a platform serves as critical financial infrastructure. I'm pursuing all appropriate legal and oversight channels and documenting every step. If you've been a victim of similar crypto scams, please save your evidence: screenshots, payment hashes, domain WOs, and the abuse emails you sent. Post them to law enforcement and trusted victim support groups. I'll link my evidence and official sources in the comments. AWS markets fraud prevention. Victims got scammed on AWS. That mismatch isn't coincidence. It's a problem that needs accountability. Subscribe for updates on the legal path I'm taking, and share this video so other victims know how to document and escalate their cases.